Welcome students. So today we are going to take few programs just for the practice. Now that we have learned about the for loop, the for else and the while loop and the while else, also we have gone through the break and the continue. So now you have an idea how to use them. So let us write a program for let us develop a program for the Fibonacci series. Okay, the Fibonacci, the word is Fibonacci, so it is like Fibonacci. Okay, the Fibonacci series. So what exactly is a Fibonacci series? We are going to understand that first. So Fibonacci series basically starts with a 0 and a 1. Okay, 0 and 1. And then what we do is we add the 1 with 0 and then generate the next number. So if I add 1 to 0, obviously it is going to be 1, and then this result I'm going to add with the previous number. So 1 plus 1, and that makes it 2, and then again this result will be added to the previous number, that is 1. So 1 plus 2 plus 1, that is 3. Similarly, 3 plus 2 will make it as 5. 5 plus 3 makes it 8, and 8 plus 5, that makes it 13, and so on. So this is how we have to generate a series. For example, if the user gives a number that is n, so we are going to generate the series till the nth number. So basically if this is like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so if this would have been a program, if we develop a program and the user would have given the input as 8, so we the program should generate these numbers. If it is 9, then the next number will follow, right? So the next number will be 21, right? 13 plus 8, and so on. So how exactly we can do this? Okay, let us develop a program for this. So first thing that we need is a variable, and okay, let me just put this under the comment and this as well. Okay, now let us begin with our coding. So the first thing that I require is a variable that I will say a, and I will give the value that is 0. Since the Fibonacci series starts with 0 and 1, so a and b, these are my two variables, and the values of these variables are a and b, the values are 0 and 1. And now what we need to do is we will have a loop, and let me have a for loop. So for I in range n, and before I do that, let me accept the value from the user. So I will say int of input, and I will say enter a number. So I'm going to accept a number from the user, that is n, and that value I'm going to pass to the for loop. And we need to accept the value as integer because we need that as a number and not as a string. Then what we need to do is, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the print, and I'm going to print a. That's the first thing that I'm going to do. And I'm going to be in the same line and give end as a one space out here. Okay, or even if you do not give, okay, I'll give the space. Okay, and so this is going to end the string with a space, end that value with a space, so that we have space between the numbers. Now comes the real logic, that how we are going to generate the series. Now a is having the value 0, b is having the value 1, and I'm supposed to add 1 with the previous number, that is 0. So 1 plus 0, so all I can do is c is equal to a plus b. I can do this. So this is going to be basically 0 plus 1, and the value that I'm going to store is in C. Okay, so this is fine. Then the next step is, what we need to do is, the result is in C, but we are actually printing only A. So the first time it is going to print A, the value of A is 0, and then I'm going to calculate the total, that is 0 plus 1. So C is going to have the value that is 1, isn't it, right? So this is 0 and this is 1, so 0 plus 1, so I'm giving it to C, so the value of C will be 1. But then again this loop is going to, for the next iteration, the loop is going to print the value of A. So I need to do some, changes in these values to the variables, so that this A generates the next number. Now I want that next time when the value of A gets printed, it should print that is 1. So how I'm going to do that? Okay, the first thing that I need to do is, I'm going to assign the value of B to A. That's the first step. So what is the value of B? The value of B initially is 1, so that 1 gets assigned to A, so that next time we have that next number. And then what I'm going to do with B is, I'm going to give the value of C to B. So this addition goes to C, so that A plus B, so that is 0 plus 1, that's the result again I'm going to display, right? And then what happens as this is goes to B, though we are printing A, and again after printing A, we are again assigning the value of B to A. So basically what I'm doing is, I am calculating the total, but before straight away giving the total to A, first I'm assigning the value to B, then that total gets assigned to B, and so that next time when this iteration takes place, the value of B will get assigned to A. Okay, so this is how the things are working actually. Let us just trace it, okay, so that you can understand it in a much better way. So I'm going to straight away type it out here. I'm going to take the value of C as nothing right now, and okay, let us assume it is 0. Okay, we can do that. Now let us assume the value of n as 8. Okay, now we will just see how the values are getting changed. Since the value of n is 8 for r in range, and I require, okay, that's okay, it's n, so it is going to go for 8 iterations, 0 to 7. So this loop, inside this loop we have this block code. So this block code is going to get executed 8 times. So first thing that I'm doing is print A. What is the value of A? The value of A, and I'm going to write my answer out here, okay, the output. So the value of A is 0. So the first thing that will get printed with this particular print statement is 0, right? Then there is a space, so I'm going to give a space, and then I say A plus B goes to C. So that is A plus B, that is 0 plus 1 goes to C, so C becomes 1 now. And then I assign the value of B to A. What is the value of B? That is 1. I'm assigning that to A, so now my value of A gets changed to 1. So now the current value of A is 1 with this particular statement. Then I'm assigning C to B. What is the value of C? That is 1. So B is going to be 1 again. Okay. Now we have completed the first iteration. Now comes the next iteration. In the next iteration, again I'm printing A. What is the value of A? That is 1. So the next value that will get printed is 1. Then what I'm doing is, I'm assigning the value of B to A. What is the value of B? That is 1. So again I'm going to assign that value of B to A. So again it's 1, right? See, the current value of B is 1, so it gets assigned to A. So now again the current value of A is 1 itself. Then I'm assigning the value of C to B. Okay, so what is the value of C? That is, again it is okay, hope I'm doing it right. Next time it becomes 0, prints 0, prints 1, then a plus b. So that was okay, I made a mistake out here. Okay, just we'll go through this once again. Okay, let me have this initial values like this. Okay, and the value of c was a. Okay, so this was the first iteration, we had this. Now what happens with the next iteration is I'm printing the value of a. Now what is the value of a? So value of a was 1 out here, right? Because we had assigned the value of b to a. So it is 1, so it will print 1. Okay, then I'm saying a plus b. Now what is the value of a? That is 1. And what is the current value of b? That is again 1. So 1 plus 1, that becomes 2. So now the value of c is 2, right? And now I'm assigning the value of b to a. So what is the value of b? That is 1. Again it is getting assigned to a. So again the value of a is 1, no issues. And then I'm assigning c to b. So what is the value of c? That is 2. So the value of 2 goes to b. So even that becomes 2. Now next time when the loop goes for the third iteration, again the value of a gets printed, that is what? 1. So again the value of 1 will get printed. Okay, then I'm saying a plus b. Now what is the value of a? That is 1. And what is the value of b? That is 2. So 1 plus 2, that makes it, okay, that makes it 3, right? And that I'm assigning to c. Okay, and then I'm assigning the value of b to a. What is the value of b? That is 2 this time. So it will get assigned to a. And the value of c, that is what? 3. It gets assigned to b, right? C, the value of c gets assigned to b. The value of c is 3, so I'm going to give 3 out here. Okay, so this is what we had the output till now. Then for the fourth iteration, what we are going to have, again I'm printing a. What is the current value of a? That is 2. So I'm going to print 2. Then a plus b. What is the current value of a? That is 2, and b is 3. That goes to c, so that is 5. 3 plus 2, 5. Then I'm assigning the value of b to a. What is the value of b? That is 3. So I'm going to assign that to a, so that becomes 3. And the total goes to b. Total is 5, that is 5 goes to b, so that is 5 out here. And now for the fifth iteration, again we are printing the value of a. So what is the value of a? That is 3. So this is going to be 3. And then a plus b, so that is 5 plus 8 goes to c. And then the value of b goes to a. So what is the value of b? That is 5. It goes to a. And the value of c goes to b. So that is 8. And now for the next iteration, what we are going to do is, again we are printing the value. Okay, this is going to be 8. Okay, then again we are printing the value of a. That is what? That is 5. And then again a plus b, that is 5 plus 8, that goes to c, that is 13. And then the value of b goes to a. So what is the value of b? That is 8. It goes to 8. And the value of c goes to b. That is 13 goes to b, right? And then for the next iteration, again I'm printing the value of a. That is what? 8. So how many we had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then one more we are going to have, right? So it is going to print next time, that is 8. That's the current value of a. Then again a plus b. So that is what? A plus b, 13 plus 8, that makes it 21. And then the value of b goes to a. What is the value of b? That is 13, right? And the value of c goes to b, that is 21, and so on. And since we had only 8, so it is going to generate, next time it is going to print the value of a, that is 13. Now this is a bit confusing, children, But you need to trace it just like what I did. Just trace this program on a piece of a paper line by line, and just what I did, you do the same, and then you will realize what exactly is happening and how are we generating this series. Okay, so please understand. Let us just run this program now and see whether everything is right or not. And before I run, I'm going to remove all this and this as well. Okay, there is no need of C. And now I'm going to run the program, that is Fibonacci.py. And so it is asking me to enter a number. I say 8, and you can see it has generated the number from 0 to 30. Let me run this one more time, and this time I'm going to give 10, and you can see that it generated 10 series, that is 0, and the last number is 34. Since 13 plus 8 was 21, and 21 plus 13 is 34. So this is absolutely working fine, and you can just understand how we did this, and that's the logic. Okay, the program is quite simple, but with the kind of numbers that we're assigning to the variables, that makes it a bit complicated. But just trace this program on a piece of a paper, and it is very simple actually. Okay, initially everything is difficult. Once you start working on it, it becomes pretty easy. So that was one of the program, and then let me just take one new file, and let us develop a program that checks whether a number is prime or not. Now, what is a prime number? A number which is greater than 0 first, and which is only divisible by itself, right? So there are no multiples actually for the number. So number like 7 is a prime number, 13 is a prime number, right? So we don't have a multiples of these numbers. So such numbers which are divisible by itself, you know, are called as prime number. Let us develop a program to check whether a given number is prime or not. So let me accept a number from the user, and I'm going to say enter a number, and we are going to make use of for, we are going to make use of break as well. So this is going to be an interesting program for us. Okay, and first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to check if n is greater than 1. Okay, that's the condition. Okay, and then if this condition gets satisfied, then what I'm going to do is, now there are various way of doing this, but the simplest way as a beginner is I'm going to take a loop I in range, and I'm going to take that till n minus 1. Okay, and I'm going to start this loop from 2. Okay, I'm going to start this loop from 2, and I'm going to take this till n minus 1. Since I have just specified n out here, so obviously this range function automatically is going to go 1 less than what we specify out here, right? So this is going to be n minus 1. So 2, we're going to start and go till n minus 1, and then inside this what we are going to do is we are going to simply try to divide the number. Okay, try to divide the number, that is n, and so I'm going to take a mod, okay, and I'm going to check whether this is equal to 0. So if this is equal to 0 means the number got divided and the remainder is 0, and that should not happen actually, right? So if this condition gets satisfied, so which means the number is not a prime number since it gets divisible, right? So there is a number which has multiples, so such a number is not a prime number. So what we're going to do is we are going to straight away going to print the message, the number is not prime, the number is not prime. or the number is not a prime number, the number is not a prime number, okay, something like this. And then why would I continue with this loop if with this condition gets satisfied? So next time we do not need to check this one more time. Even if this condition gets satisfied once, it proves that the number is not prime. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break the loop. I do not need to move further, right? And then what we need to do is give a else for this for loop, and under this for loop, under this else, I'm going to say the number is prime. Makes sense? Because this else will get executed only if this loop goes for all its iterations. Now, if this loop goes for all its iteration, which means that this condition never got satisfied. If this condition would have got satisfied, so the loop would have been, the loop would have got terminated, right? But since this condition never got satisfied, which means that the number is a prime number. Makes sense? Okay, let us run this and check whether this is working or not. So I'm going to give a number, and let me give a number that is 7, and it says that 7 is a prime number. Let me give a proper message, prime number. Again, I'm going to run this. I'm going to give 8, and it says the number is not prime. How it should be, I don't know. The number is not a prime number, okay, or the number is not prime, whatever it is, okay. So that's perfect. 8 is not a prime number. Again, if I run this, I get something like 13, and 13 is a prime number. The number is prime number, right? The number is a prime number, something like so. Then any number, if I give 44, the number is not prime. Again, if I run this, something like 47, and the number is a prime number, right? And so you can give any number like 50, and the number is not a prime number, right? So it's working perfectly. So this is how you can check whether a number is a prime number or not. And I hope that this code is very much clear to you. First we check for the condition. We can give an else part to this, that the number should be greater than 1 or something of that. So, or we can straight away also say that the number is not a prime number. Even that is okay. The number is not a prime number because you have given something like lower than 1, right? And the condition is it should be greater than 1. So in any way that number is not a prime number. So for this if, I can give this else part, okay. So this else belongs to this if, that is the indentation, you can check it, right? This else belongs to this for, that's the indentation. This break belongs to this if, because that's the block code of if, and this entire if comes under this for. So this entire block code belongs to this for, and this entire for and the else part basically belongs to this if and the else part of this if, okay. So I'm going pretty slow for you to understand all this. So I hope that these two programs are very much clear to you. Now please go ahead and implement these two programs, quite interesting. And the first one was the Fibonacci and the second one is the prime number. So please go ahead and implement this program. Then we will meet tomorrow again. Bye for now.